So I had to put this video into 2 parts because there's just so much stuff. So there's also the timeline here and the Old Testament flashcards and the memory verse flashcards. So they have a memory verse that they learn each week, and they have flashcards for that. The timeline is great because basically they're going to write about the event in history and draw a picture for it and illustrate it. And then they also, you get a timeline that you put on the wall, and you slowly add the events to, from different times and, you know, different events in history, and you add them along on the timeline, and they can see a more clear picture of where what took place where in history. So that is really, really helpful for them to be able to picture that. There is the other thing that they learn, let's see, for science and geography, they learn about mammals. So this is kind of what the mammals look like. It's really simple, not super, you know, intense, but this is what the you know, lesson 1 looks like. What is the animal kingdom? And you also would, you know, you're posting mammals on the wall too. You could post that on the wall, or, you know, I've also done it where you can have a notebook. Since we're homeschooling, that makes it easier. They can have a notebook. They can put where different animals go, different mammals go, as you're kind of, you know, figuring out whether they're, you know, fish or amphibians or reptiles, that kind of thing. So it's just super, it's just very, very, it's a very good in-depth study on mammals, but not super, you know, harsh for a 3rd grader, I feel like. So what is a these are 2 of the books that we use. What is a mammal, and what is the animal kingdom? And then there's the student workbook, and then there's the other book that you read out of here, the World of Mammals. And it's just really a good introduction to, you know, animals and mammals and things like that. So we really like that. And then the other thing, let's see, states and capitals is another thing that they learn in 3rd grade. And so in the 3rd grade curriculum, and so you'd get this book here, and then we go through and we learn about each state. You have a couple fun facts they add on there. This is the teacher's guide, that's why it's written in there, but fun facts, you know, a nickname for the state, the capital, the abbreviation, and they can color it if they want to, but that's what their book looks like for that. And then yeah, so there's the student's workbook there. And then you also read Don't Know Much About 50 States, and that one's good. This one, we were living in Pennsylvania for a bit, so I added this one in here, and I added this one in here also. It's really nice to have the National Geographic Kids United States Atlas too. So yeah. So that is what that looks like, and I'm excited for my 3rd grader to learn that. I think he'll have fun with that. And so let's see, the other supplies are the flashcards and the right here you can also get, you don't have to get the read aloud set for the American Studies or the read aloud set for picture books or novels. Those are books that you read aloud to them. You can also use you know, audiobooks if you want to do that instead. If you don't have as much time to read all those books, or we've read some of them over the summer before. And also, if you want to save money, you can get them from the library instead of buying the whole set. We do have the sets just because we're military and we move around a lot, and we don't know if we can find them at the different libraries. So these are just some of them. I mean, they're just great read aloud books. I mean, The Indian in the Cupboard, I loved that book when I was little, and The Borrowers, some of the ones that are picture books, you know, Over the River and Through the Woods, Squanto, you know, Secret Garden. These are just great books, honestly, all of them. So I'd never read The Saturdays, but we really enjoyed that one. And then the American Tall Tales. And really, by the time I get to a kid in a different, being in the same grade that you know, their brother or sister once was, they've kind of forgot about those books and they're excited to reread them again. So, so that is just some of those. And then the history read-alouds are a lot of fun too, and they learn a lot with those. So I have just a couple examples here. The Childhood of Famous Americans books are great, and they have a bunch of those in the set. So they have like Daniel Boone and the Landmark books are also one that they use a lot of those books as well. So these are just kind of like really like a, you know, a fun introduction to history for third graders. It's not a super in-depth history because they're, you know, they're focusing more on those other subjects. So meet George Washington, meet Christopher Columbus, meet Abraham Lincoln, and then there's also a little book that can come with it to like kind of, you know, discuss those books, which is fun. It has lots of questions and things like that. The other main thing for third grade and fourth grade actually is called the review box, and that is where you put all your flashcards that you get, and I have tape on it still right now to hold it together from moving. But you get flashcards from each subject, and so we have classical studies here, Christian, grammar, American history, I think that's what that one is, maybe. I don't have any cards in there right now. Literature, timeline, mammals, and then I think I have the states back here. Yeah. So that's kind of how that goes. And then you'd have like daily things that you need to review. Ones you might just review each different day, and then these are the numbers for each day in the month, and that's how you would review. You'd kind of, once they knew them better, you'd put them back there and that's where they would stay. So anyways, we don't always get to review, but I try to do it at least a couple times each week, and so that is what that looks like. So anyways, that is our big pile of third grade and some things that carry over into fourth grade books and curriculum. So I hope you enjoyed it and got maybe some ideas, or maybe are more interested in looking into Memorial Press. If you liked this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to see more classical homeschooling curriculum content. Thank you so much for watching.